Here we have, this is something that I just got for myself here. This is Dendrobium, what is it? Oncidium. Okay, small growing plant. The flowers are actually a green color and very pretty. It seems that dendrobiums are blooming again this fall. This is Dendrobium bicolosum, and you can see the new growths coming up, and almost every one of those growths has got a flower spike starting to come out of it. So it's doing real well. It's a happy plant. Another Dendrobium here. This is Dendrobium cobianum. It has not bloomed for me yet. I got it as a small seedling, but it's putting out 4 new growths, and it may be flowering size. We'll see. Here's some of my seedlings that I've got. Those were almost all ones from last year that I've been selling. Let's see, up here. Oh, I wanted to show you this. This is Oncidium Milk, or not Oncidium, Milktasia Shelobe variety Tolkien. And I got this this summer, and it had 1 flower spike. Now it is producing 5 flower spikes, and it looks like I'm getting about 8 growths out of it. There's 2 growths that just started to come up, and I can't wait for it to bloom. It's going to be a really nice show this year. A couple other things. Oh, I wanted to show you this. I told you this was going to be a long one. Here, we'll get this little guy down. This is Ascocentrum christinsonianum, and it is putting out its first flower spike for me. I got this as a small seedling, and it's been growing on. It seems like it's a nice, healthy plant. These things like to have the ability, I put them in baskets, and they like to send their roots out in the air like their Vanda cousins do. And the Ascocentrums pretty much like to have good lighting. That's why I hang them up high here. So we'll put this back. There we go. Okay, we'll come down here, look around there. There's another plant of Maxillaria variabilis. Same division as the other one. This shows the flowers up a little bit better. Very nice thing. I love having it in my greenhouse. Couple of things I want to give you updates on. Here, just real quick. This is an Orangeous hybrid that I did a video on, and the video was putting it into this basket. That was about 6 months ago, and you can see how the roots are just going crazy in here. It's very, very happy. I'm waiting for it to bloom. I don't know why it hasn't bloomed maybe it's yet. Just not the right time for it, but it's certainly a real healthy plant, doing well. So we'll stick this back up here. There we go. We'll come back here. The plants I have sitting on top of the cooling pads are pretty much up there so that they can have their winter rest. These are Australian Dendrobiums, and they bloom during their rest, and the first one has opened up its first flower for me just today. This is Dendrobium regal-gilliston crossed with Speciosum variety curvicolii. And I'll sit this down here so it's not shaking. This is a first bloom seedling. I'm real nice thing. I'm happy to see this open. I love these plants. One of the things, when they get older, they can they will rebloom from the same flower spike. Sometimes multiple flower spikes on each growth. I've seen plants in a 6-inch pot have over a dozen flower spikes, and these things stay open 2 to 3 months. So it's a very rewarding plant. Nice breeding being done by Fred Clark. Fred does, as many of you know, very nice breeding with a variety of things. This being one of them. As far as I know, he's the only person that's actively breeding these things in the United States. So Fred Clark has Sunset Valley orchids. Highly recommending. We'll put this back up here. There we go. A couple others are starting to. There's one that has just a little bit of a flower spike started. That one decided to put out a kiki. Got some flower spikes coming on this one. Up here is a Dendrobium ovale type, and I've got some buds coming on that now. Here are divisions of Dendrobium farmeri that I'm growing on. This was a very poor plant when it was overgrown, dried out, and I divided it up. I'm trying to grow them back now so we have some healthy divisions here. Over here are my frags. They're doing rather nicely. There's Frag Sorcerer's Apprentice. I moved him over to the corner here. I don't think he really cares where he's at, as long as he gets a good amount of light. Here's the new seedlings that I got. They seem to all be doing very nicely. Here is a Cymbidium that's blooming. Nice white Cymbidium. I had thought that this was going to open up green with stripes, kind of like autumn tones, but this is an albiform. So I was fooled. It happens. Let's see, what else have we got going here? Oh, this is a fairly new plant. This was actually blooming during the shipping, so it's I'm hoping it will open up a little bit better than this, but this is a cross. Whoops. Let me turn around here. This is B. spinosa crossed with Brassavola Little Stars. I'm looking forward to seeing this put out more flowers when it grows up a little more. It's in a 3.5-inch pot. It's got 3 spikes on it right now. Going to be a nice growing specimen plants. Here's another one. I mentioned Fred Clark before. This is more of his breeding. This little thing has got 8 leads on it. It's going to put out a lot of flowers, give me rewards for several months here as they open up. This is a cross of, it's Beau's apricot. It's Seagrill's apricot cross with SC Beaufort. Beaufort has been used a lot in breeding. And Beaufort, both of these have got sophronized coccinia in them, and you can see it in their progeny. Here, this was the first plant that I did a video on. This is Cochleanthes discolor variety Mendenhall, which got a CCM. I can see why it got a CCM now. This was, I think, a 2-division plant early this spring when I put it into this pot, and it is, my gosh, it's trying to bust the pot actually. I've got to divide it or move it on to a larger pot here very shortly. It doesn't take a rest. It's growing actively all the time. It did have a flower on, but it has faded. The main blooming time for this is in the spring. So we'll be keeping an eye on that. Here's BC Maikai. This one doesn't really have a clonal name. It's one that I received from someone. And it seems to bloom fairly frequently for me. A couple other things here. Move along. This is still in bloom, although as you can see it's starting to fade. This was blooming for over 6 weeks. It was in the show in September. Another older Miltassia. This is Miltassia Aztec variety Hannah. And if you look at this, you can see, compare with the Miltassia that I showed you before, it's got some similarities. They're both like a cream color base, but if you look at the lip on this looks to me like it's got a little bit different breeding, maybe Miltonia spectabilis, to give that nice wide lip. Also fragrant, lasts a long time, as I said. It's doing real well. Here is a plant that I did a video on. This is, well, Cattleya now. I still call it Laelia milleri. That I got from Isis. And it didn't have any live roots on when she gave it to me, but this front growth here is brand new, and there's nice roots coming down from it, and it seems like it's going to do real well for me. I'm actually hoping that this is going to bloom for me in a year or so. Nice little miniature plant. Sends up spikes of brilliant orange red flowers. What do we have going here? This thing is beautiful even out of bloom. This is Phragmipetalum piercii, one of the smaller growing frags. And above it here is Frag longifolium, a perennial bloomer. I mean that in more ways than one. It seems like it's always in spike. And let's see, I'm trying to think if there's anything else here. I guess that's about it for the greenhouse this time. Oh wait, there is one or two more. Another seedling from Fred Clark here. This opens up a cream color and it goes to white. This is Little Toshi crossed with Izumi Charm. Nice substance, nice form, and it's a nice small plant. That's a 4-inch pot, and you can see there's another flower spike down in there coming up with another growth. So it's nice in that you can have something like this without having a 6 or 8 inch pot. Okay, and one more thing here. This is in almost every one of my updates. This is Potenara Hoku Gem variety Freckles. In the back here is some more of those BC Maikais. These flowers are fading now, but we also have a second plant of Hoku Gem over here, and this one has a seed pod on it, if I can find it. There we go. Okay, so that's hopefully in about another month or so that'll be opening up and I can send it off to get flasked. I'm hoping to start my own breeding and offer my own seedlings here for you guys. So that's about it from Wade's Orchids. this month, and we will be seeing you in December. Have a good day. Bye-bye.